everybody. You Get the Horn Show, Monday Night Football reaction, and we got a lot of it. San Francisco 49ers, LA Rams playing in Levi Stadium in San Francisco, Santa Clara, I believe, to be specific, but a home game for the Niners, NFC West battle. Both teams honestly needed to make a statement here, and I do believe statements were made. Final score, 24-9. San Francisco 49ers walking away with a very strong and decisive victory. Look, this game was close. It really was close throughout. Niners missed a 42-yard field goal with 8.5 minutes left in the game. And, look, you started to think, okay, well, the Rams can sneak back into this. If they can make something happen here, they can really get back into this game. And boy, it was impressive. San Francisco with a pick six, with 6.5 minutes left in the game. Cornerback Talanoa Hufanga jumps this route perfectly. Stafford drops back. He's throwing to his right, just a short pass in the flats, and Hufanga just sees it, jumps it, and gone right to the house. Pick six. Really, that's the play that iced the game for the 49ers, and it was a good play. It was a good play to cap off really a great game for the 49ers defense. They came to play. They made a statement for sure. It was really, really impressive. The other thing we got to look at, Matt Stafford. Look, man, when we're in the fourth quarter of games this season, this guy has 0 touchdowns and 3 interceptions in the fourth quarter this season. Last season, for the entire season, Stafford had 0 fourth quarter interceptions. He's had 3 already this year and 0 touchdowns. So we're really going to have to see some improvement there. But look, the guy's running for his life, man. The Rams offensive line is going to be a problem for them all season long. I really don't see this improving. I know they have a couple guys injured. Some guys could come back healthy, and it's going to help. But they're in a tough spot, man. And San Francisco took advantage of it. And there's going to be a lot to talk about here because again, Fred Warner, Niners linebacker, dropped a sure pick six with 2 minutes left in the game. So they could have had back-to-back pick sixes in the fourth quarter of this game and just missed it. I mean, just by the skin of their teeth. So it was a hard-fought game up until the fourth quarter. You really started to feel like you could see this going either way. It was a back and forth game, but San Francisco played tough and they had the better team. They wanted it more. They needed it more. San Francisco came into this game 1-2. And so, you end up this game, Stafford fumbles at the end of the game. He's in the act of throwing the ball. Niners defender comes behind him, hits him as he's throwing. First looked like it might be an incomplete pass, almost an interception, looked like an incomplete pass, ruled a fumble, recovered by the Niners. And that put the game away. If there was any doubt left, there was 1:50 left in the game at that point. And so that just put the game on ice. So every single team in the NFC West is now 2-2. So it's a wide open division, wide open. And so, for those of you who watch us here on the You Get the Horn Show, we talk about, the different divisions, what's happening in the NFL, where teams are. This division is wide open. Make sure you're liking and following us on YouTube, on TikTok, on Twitter. We have constant streams of content coming out, breaking down these games, breaking down plays, breaking down really interesting stats and information. And man, there's going to be a lot more to come from this game. The Rams did not score an offensive touchdown in this game. Now think about that. We're talking Matt Stafford, Cooper Kupp. I mean, this is a team known for offense, but Sean McVay is the head coach. They did not score a touchdown. It's only the fourth time under Sean McVay that the Rams did not score a touchdown in a game. And it's the first time in 15 years that the Rams did not even have a 20-yard play on offense. It's been since 2007. Okay, so this Rams team, they have their struggles, and they're going to have to really figure some things out to get it turned around because it's not going to get easier for them. The schedule doesn't get easier. The division doesn't get easier. And I'll tell you someone else, man, we got to keep an eye on. Niners defensive coordinator DeMeco Ryans. This guy is going to be a hot head coaching candidate in the upcoming cycle. He's making things happen. That Niners defense is playing tough. And honestly, it's keeping them in games, with all of the back and forth about Garoppolo and Trey Lance and who's going to do what and how's it going to play. And we know, Garoppolo's not a world beater, but man, he's a solid quarterback. He doesn't make big mistakes. And that's all you need if you have a really, really good defense, and the 49ers do. They were flying around to the football tonight, man. Again, we talked about, I think they had 6 sacks for the game. And looking at what they were doing, they're again, a pick 6 sacks, all these things. And that's dropping another pick 6 and a couple other plays that could have easily been made that would have, even made the game more lopsided. So again, really, really strong play by the 49ers tonight. Rams, they got some work to do. So they're going to have some things to figure out. Look, I think they have the right coaching staff. I think, when we look at the Sean McVay situation and what he's been capable of in the past, they have some strong pieces. They got to figure out how to string them all together. There's no doubt about that, but they have some pieces there. Again, Stafford is completing 70% of his passes, 70% completion percentage, but he only has 1,000 passing yards for the season. And so it's a little bit lopsided because they're just having to kind of dink and dunk the ball, short moves downfield, a lot of slot passes to Cooper Kupp. They're not, they haven't really locked in yet with Allen Robinson to be, seeing anything kind of, they were hoping he was going to be able to kind of take the cover off the defense, and it just hasn't quite happened yet. Late in the game, Stafford took a shot in the back corner of the end zone to Allen Robinson, fell incomplete. Great play. Again, really tight coverage by the corner there for the Niners. And so, they haven't figured out quite yet how to work him into the offense and make up for the loss that they had of, Robert Woods and some of the other guys, that were on their offense. They haven't gotten their running game going the way that they need to. So there's just some things there that just are not yet clicking for the Rams. They're going to get there. I still think they're going to improve. I still think they're going to challenge and probably be able to get into the postseason. But it's not going to be an easy road for them. For the Niners, it gets a little bit more interesting because they can ride a really good defense, and we all know a really good defense can make up for a lot of offensive shortcomings. And they're going to have some offensive shortcomings. That's just the way it is. That's the kind of the nature of things when you have a Garoppolo at quarterback. And, the Niners are not built to have a super explosive offense. Deebo Samuel, of course, looked great tonight. The guy's just such a weapon. So there was a lot of good things to see if you were the Niners in that situation. And, again, this was not a must win, but a really want to win, need to win game for them. They came into the game 1-2. If you fall 1-3, again, you can make the playoffs and really challenge, but you don't want to fall behind in that division. And now, of course, nobody's behind in that division because everybody is 2-2. So it's going to be really interesting to see where that division, shakes out moving forward. The other teams, nobody could have seen Seattle playing as well as they're playing. Geno Smith far, far outplaying Russell Wilson. It's not even close. At this point, Seattle looks like geniuses. They're probably wishing they'd gotten rid of Russell Wilson sooner. I do think that's going to start to shake out a little bbit differently over time. Russell's probably going to start, playing a little bit better. Geno Smith's probably going to come back down to earth. But man, you look at the haul of what the Seahawks got for Russell Wilson, and you say, look, man, if Geno Smith can play 75% of Russell Wilson, they made out. And so far, they're looking like they made out better in that deal than Denver did. So again, a lot of things, a lot of time left in the season. I have to keep reminding myself we're still early in the season at this point. But a lot of good things here to see and some really good football being played. Now I think we're at that point, right? As we're starting to hit the kind of get through that first quarter of the season. Now I think things are going to start to shake out on figuring out who's who, what's what, which teams are going to be able to rise to the top. We've seen some teams that have been able to just string it together consistently so far this season. The Philadelphia Eagles obviously being at the top of that list. And then we've seen some other ones that are really touch and go on, inconsistency. That's been the biggest thing so far. And this is very common early in a season, just inconsistency. No one represents that more right now, probably than the Baltimore Ravens, who have had, huge leads in games and then blown the lead and lost the games. And so they could easily be a 4-0 team right now. And instead they're 2-2 after, dropping that game on Sunday to Buffalo. So, man, this is the fun part, right? This is the fun part as we start to move forward to seeing, how do these teams start to evolve? Who can make the adjustments needed to be able to take it to the next level? And I think we're going to see a lot of teams, starting to really come into their own. Shout out to a couple teams that, that played impressive over the weekend. I mean, Jacksonville lost, but they played Philly tough, and that's good because that's the type of thing that builds confidence in teams. And so, even being able to hang with a team like Philly, if you're Jacksonville, that bodes really well for you moving through the rest of the season because it tells your players you can hang in there. You're capable. You can hang with some of the best teams out there. And that means a lot. That means a lot to young teams and teams that are trying to, turn their fortunes around. Same thing for the Giants. Look, I get the criticism, if you want to call it that they haven't played anyone yet. And I can't even really fully call it criticism because it's completely valid and true. They haven't truly played anyone yet. But hey, man, you play your schedule. All you can do is beat the people that are on your schedule, and the Giants are doing that. You look at that Bears game, that's a game that they should win, and they did win, and they won handily. So that's what you want to see, if you're looking at a team like that. So again, we're not going to talk about all that. You get the horns. We're coming at you here for the simple Monday Night Football reaction. But upcoming show, we're going live this Thursday night. Okay, Thursday night we're going live. We're going to have the crew in here. Going to have at least 2, 3, probably at least 3, maybe 4 of us. And if you haven't checked out our show, make sure you do, man. We're a bunch of friends, hang out forever, and we decided to start a show that really reflects how we sit and talk about sports, right? And that's sitting around, bringing some humor into it, having fun, joking around with each other. But we all have really deep knowledge. Some of us have connections with a lot of these teams, and we break news sooner than anybody. And very consistently because, look, some of it is that we keep our ear to the ground as far as knowing, and then other things, we do have some relationships and know some people, in teams. And so sometimes we end up being a little bit privy to information early, and we break it to you here. We bring it to you. We don't keep it to ourselves, man. We want to have fun. We're trying to welcome as many people into the fold as possible. We just started. Man, we just started. So we really want you to like and follow us and join us and have fun with us, man. So we're asking everybody. I hate to be the guy who's sitting out here, asking, please like us, please follow us, please, subscribe. But honestly, that's what we need right now. We want people to be able to join us and help us build this thing. And we want to have a lot of fun. We want to make it fun for all of you to be able to listen to what we do and hear us. And again, we talk sports. We talk about a lot of things that aren't related to sports as well, but certainly sports is a thing that, you're going to hear covered a lot on the show. And we have a lot of fun with it. So really hope you'll like and follow and subscribe and all of that good stuff, to what we're doing as we continue to grow this thing. I think you'll really enjoy it. And listen, we're going to wrap it up for tonight. Monday Night Football, NFC West, showdown, 49ers, Rams. 49ers came out on top. That's why I'm wearing the red hat. Indicate 49ers win tonight. So it's going to be interesting. Next week, I will actually be at the Baltimore Ravens Cincinnati Bengals Sunday Night Football game. So may try to shoot a little bit of stuff from there as well from the stadium. Somebody reached out to me today. Can't say who, but somebody reached out to me today and offered me a couple tickets to come up to Baltimore and check out the game Sunday night. So needless to say, I took them up on that offer, and I'll be at the game Sunday night football, Ravens Bengals. Looking forward to that. And I will absolutely have some content for all of you from that game as well. So anyway, again, like, follow, subscribe, keep following, keep up with us, man. We got a constant stream of content coming out all the time. A lot of really interesting stuff and a lot of fun coming. So this week, Thursday night, you're going to want to be there for the show. We go live with the full crew. We'll be breaking down the weekend. We'll be talking about stuff that's not even sports related, but more than anything else, we're going to be having fun, and we hope to have you with us. So otherwise, have a great night. We'll talk soon. Thanks, everybody.